Call the meeting to order. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Here.
Alderman Hoppe. Here. Alderman Kerwin.
Here.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Here.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Here.
Alderman Persick. Alderman Studer.
Here.
Alderman Tudor. Here. All present. You have a quorum.
Thank you. I declare that the regular meeting of the Wilmington City Council on September 3rd, 2013 is now in session. Council, you have approval of the minutes from August 20th before you.
Mr. Mayor, I looked over the minutes and I approved them for August 20th and placed them.
A motion by Alderman Hoppe. Do we have a second? I'll second. Second by Alderman Kerwin. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Hoppe.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
All yes. Motion passes.
All right, mayor's report, a couple things tonight. First one is not on the list. Deputy Chief Rick Jester, if you come forward and do his presentation for us, please.
I don't know if the council knows, I think I maybe spoke to you guys individually, but the police department wants to show support with ESDA by making a donation to the ESDA fund for the help that they, for their help out with the police department, directing traffic for Catfish Days, all the special events. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do our job. So we got all the officers together. This is money from our benefit fund that was raised by the officers through calendar sales and all that other stuff, which we use for donations throughout the community to specific officers for illnesses and stuff like that. So we want to make a donation to them with a check for $500 for them to use as they see fit.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you. Yeah, it's always, I mean, ESDA is much more than just an emergency service unit. They're out there helping us with so many events. It's good to see you guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right, next one up is if Chris Hopper could come up in front of here. We'll get you sworn in. He's over there. His microphone up here. Do you want to come up or you want to just take pictures? All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Chris Hopper,
Do solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States
I solemnly swear that I support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer
for the city of Wilmington according to the best of my ability.
to the city of Wilmington according to the best of my ability.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Chris, do you want to sign this? Now you're his, and those guys is back there. At least for a while, anyway. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Citizens' comments. Do we have any citizens' comments tonight? Planning and Zoning Commission, the next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, October 3rd, 2013 at 6 o'clock p.m. The September 5th meeting has been canceled due to lack of agenda. Committee reports, Building Grounds, Parks, Health and Safety, Alderman Persick, Alderman Van Dyne.
Mr. Mayor, the next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, September 11th, 2013 at 6 p.m.
Water, Sewer, Streets and Alleys, Alderman Studer, Alderman Kerwin.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, is attached.
Yeah, I do. Everybody's speaking.
Mr. Mayor, I think I have the first one here. I move to approve the Cross-Connection Control Program Professional Services Agreement between the City and CCRA Professional Services, LLC.
A motion by Alderman Studer. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Second by Alderman Hoppe. Any discussion?
I just found one small typo in the agreement when I was reviewing it. It was nothing that an order that should be a 2 or something.
Okay, just small.
Yeah. Doesn't change the...
Easily correctable, doesn't change the body of the contract.
No.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
8 yes, motion passes.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 13-090-03-01, an ordinance vacating certain unimproved streets in the city of Wilmington.
A motion by Alderman Kerwin, do we have a second? Second by Alderman Persick. Is there any discussion? Mr. Paycheck's here if there's any questions. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
All yes, motion passes.
Mr. Mayor, our next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, September 11th at 5:30 p.m.
Please ask Alderman Studer or Alderman Tudor.
I have one, Mr. Mayor. I move to approve the authorization for the chief of police to hire a police officer for the Wilmington Police Department.
Motion by Alderman Tudor, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Studer. Any discussion?
I have a question. Where is this money coming from Bridgeport?
Yeah, this is the contribution that we cover from Bridgeport for the 2 officers. This is the next one to be hired for that.
And when is the date for hire?
It could be 3 weeks at least, yeah. It's going to be notice and things like that for this current employer.
Money's there?
Oh, yes, September 1st is when the payments start coming in. So as soon as we hire, we bill every quarter, we'll be able to bill for these officers that we hired.
What line is that payment in?
I don't have a budget in front of me.
It'll be a reimbursement, it's not something that they're going to pay us up front, because we don't really know what the costs are. Based on the agreement, some guys, I know I knew the agreement we had with Bridgeport, that they will pay for 2 officers, I think it's every other year for a total of 6 officers. Instead of trying to make the base pay based on, their actual pay, we actually come up with the median salary. So you take the highest paid officer to the lowest paid officer, you come up with the middle number, and that's the median salary. Then you add their benefits in, as well as overtime and all that stuff. And once we determine that, that's gone through to the quarter, basically, we send a notice to Bridgeport what the cost is. Bridgeport then reimburses us for those costs. Because we don't know what the costs are as you go through that whole process. It's a process as you go through it. Some people I know have been hurt or fearful that, hey, what if they don't pay us? Well, if they don't pay us, they don't get building permits, they don't receive any of their TIF money, which is huge because it's part of the agreement. So they're obligated to pay this portion. They don't pay their portion, and they don't meet the obligations of the agreement.
So then we got 2 officers that we can't afford.
And Bridgeport doesn't bill.
If they don't pay.
And Bridgeport doesn't bill, and Bridgeport doesn't get their TIF money.
And the police officers now are out there patrolling now.
No. This wasn't, basically the agreement when,
Oh, that's right.
basically when the agreement kicked in, it was actually, I think, 3 years after the agreement started. Or when, 4. It was 4. But we recognize the fact, if you remember, Helen, that we knew that right away we couldn't begin to patrol that area because it would require additional officers. So we actually got an 8-month leeway, and we had Bridgeport contract with Will County to maintain police services out there until this time hit. But we got that 8 months to train. That's what we're trying to do, get these 2 officers, get them trained. So by the time we have to assume responsibility of patrolling that area in 8 months, from now, that all our officers on board, we're not stretching our department's wages. So that was the whole kind of process behind it.
I remember, but that was some time ago. I'm much.
It has been,
It
it's,
just-
well, and, what was it, 2000?
Yeah,
2010.
yeah, I do.
So,
I know.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to go up and review it, everything too, and see how everything worked out. But it's all reimbursable, Alderman Kerwin, so if you set a price, you tell them it's 100,000, they pay 100,000, then it's being 130,000. Well, guess what? They just, we just lost $30,000. So we wait till after the end of that quarter before we can get the accurate number, so we can get an accurate payment instead of just trying to make a guess ahead.
And we do have a surety warranty that is out there in regards to any non-payment of any bills, that we could go against that through Prudential to where we can collect. It's like the escrow account for all contractors that come in. So if we do not get money from Bridgeport, we could then grab that, we can go request that money out of that fund. And that's right in the agreement. We have all the paperwork and all that, so there's money there for us to be able to collect.
We have plenty of fail safes, we have plenty of fail safes in that agreement, so we did get, I know there's Alderman Hall mentions that type of scenario, to avoid that scenario from happening. I mean, everything was put in place to stop here.
And this is the second officer?
This was, yes.
Of the two?
Mr. Hopper would have been the first officer, and then the authorization to hire, they're in the process, will be the second officer.
Are these lateral, or are these?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're saving money on that end. Correct, Commissioner?
That's right, sir.
Any further discussion?
Actually, let's clarify one thing. Hopper's the first officer we're hiring. The one we hired,
Right.
this one is the second.
Right, Hopper was the first one. One we're approving to move forward with tonight would be the second.
And then once the background's totally done, conditional offer of employment was given, we'll have that officer coming in for swearing in next city council.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Tudor?
Yes.
Alderman Studer?
Yes.
Alderman Persick?
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall?
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne?
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin?
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy?
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall?
No.
7 yes, 1 no, motion passes.
Next meeting, scheduled meeting is Tuesday, September 10th at 5:30 p.m.
Finance Administration and Land Acquisition, Alderman Studer, Alderman Tudor.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve accounts payable report dated August 29, 2013 in the amount of $234,603.21.
Motion by Alderman Studer, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Tudor, any discussion? Roll call vote.
Alderman Studer?
Yes.
Alderman Tudor?
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall?
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy?
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin?
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne?
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall?
Yes.
Alderman Persick?
Yes.
All yes, motion passes.
Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, September 17, 2013 at 6 p.m.
All right, ordinance and license, Alderman Hoppy, Alderman Hall.
Mr. Mayor, the next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, September 10th, 2013 at 6 p.m.
Personal and collective bargaining, Alderman Hall, Alderman Persick.
You got executive tonight?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we currently don't have.
Uh, Yeah.
Yes.
City Administrator report, Mr. Graff.
Yeah, we've advertised for the water reclamation superintendent's position, and we're also advertising simultaneously for a Class 1 operator. It's either or, so you see the added paper. It's not to put on any extra help if we do not get a superintendent qualifications in. We are a Class 1 plant, we still need a Class 1 operator to operate the plant, and then we'll have to address how that organization will change, will occur, and how we'll manage that. But so far, we're getting inquiries in, so hopefully in another couple of weeks, we'll be able to go through the applications and see if we can find somebody qualified. The MFT did go out to bid, so Colby got all that together. So that's all the works on the side streets, the main streets, the repaving going on, you guys all approved for those streets. The Safe Route to Schools project is, in progress right now. You can see all the striping going on. That's all part of that grant that we received, so that companies come in that meets the specifications to put all those crosswalks in and put the word school out there, and it's all been approved by the engineers and through IDOT. The next step will be the school crossing zone. Part of that is there's going to be automatic radar that's on there that's going to display your speed limit. During the school time, when the kids are present, in the morning things, there'll be a little flashing light telling everyone to slow down and you're in our school zone area. That's sort of the objective of the Safe Route to Schools, is to try to encourage children to walk to school. And one of the issues that always comes up, especially in your grade schools, elementary schools, is it safe to really walk back and forth without the traffic. So this is the first phase. We saw some sidewalk work that's been done too, because we had areas where there was no sidewalk. The kids would have to go walk in the street. So hopefully from Route 53 down to middle school and everything, they'll be able to walk on a sidewalk now and be able to walk to school from 53 from 102 over to the school district's offices. I mean, over to at least the elementary schools. And that's what it's for. It's not really for high schools. High school kids are they're not looking at them to walk safe, but we all know about 6th, 7th graders and 8th graders get them out to walk. It's a little healthy too. So you'll see some more work done. The North Island, our city crew's doing a little prep work. We'll get moving on the North Island and Deer Creek Estates. Hopefully when they get the storm structures that need to come up out there, and they need to do some patching out there to get the road there. They'll be able to start doing some paving in a couple of weeks out of Deer Creek Estates on that project. So in this season, this is the time we try to get our best bids in too, because a lot of the contractors like the end of the season. This is where they get the small jobs done. And congratulations on getting all the surveys done for the CDBG grant. I know Alderman Kerwin was out there hustling around, and we did get our 90 surveys in. So we've met the obligation, and we'll get our award letter. We still don't know if we're getting a full award or it's going to go phase 1, phase 2. It's all based upon dollars available, but we've met the hurdle to get the award at least. So we'll work on that. The Route 53 water main, they're getting that in design phase right now with McClure Engineering that was authorized to hire them for their services. So hopefully at Wausau we'll be able to look at getting that project engineered and go to bid hopefully in the next 6 weeks before the winter gets here. They do like to work in the winter time because the ground is a lot easier to work in that area because there's some high water tables there, so they're a lot easier to work when it's the frost is in for the water main. Easier to dig those trenches. They stay a little more stable at that point. So that's all there. And CMAQ letters did go out in regards to what you approved at the resolution. Today was the deadline for CMAQ in regards to the Eliana. So I appreciate the aldermen that have signed, and those letters got sent out in regards to CMAQ's comments about the Eliana. That's the updates.
Thank you, Mr. Urban. Attorney's report, Mr. Urban.
Thank you. No report tonight.
Thank you, sir. Need a motion for executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss, review executive session minutes, personnel, and collective bargaining at 7:18.
A motion by Alderman Larry Hall. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Kerwin. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Oh yes, motion passes.
I need a motion to come out of executive session.
I make a motion to come out of executive session at 8:06.
A motion by Alderman Larry Hall. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Tudor. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Studer. Alderman Persick.
Yes.
All yes, motion passes.
Thank you. We do have action to take.
Okay, first of all, we'd like to, how do I say this, accept the
Just release
released executive session meeting review
as presented.
as presented.
A motion by Alderman Persick. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Seconded by Alderman Hoppy. Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
All yes, motion passes.
Nothing under personnel, but we got one other thing under collective bargaining. Go ahead.
I'd like to, let's see, we accept the collective bargaining agreement between the City of Wilmington and the American Federation of State, Country, and Municipal Employees Council 31, AAFL-CIO Local 1901, 2012-2016, for the mayor authorized to sign pending legal review.
A motion by Alderman Persick. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderman Kerwin. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
No.
Alderman Hoppy.
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
No.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
We have 6 yes, 2 no, motion passes.
All right, thank you. Any discussion on that other stuff? We got 6, right?
Yeah.
All right. Next regular city council meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 17th, 2013 at 7 o'clock p.m. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?